All right, everyone. Happy Friday. It's about 6:30 a.m. here. Prices of BTC right around 9,000. Okay, so it looks like we sold off overnight, which was perfect, and that's exactly what we were expecting and wanting to see. Um, I've been saying, folks, for like 2 weeks now that this whole run up right here, for the most part, was just garbage. Okay, this was an easy identifier of a short squeeze. All right, and the thing is, people are so aggressively bullish still that this is by far the best gift that has been given to the bears. Because here's the thing, right? When prices were when prices were already sort of bleeding down from here, and then broke down here, right? People were just shorting right here. Okay, so even if they went down, right, there'd be just too many people shorting and too many people being bearish. So that means there wouldn't really be enough sellers, right? Or rather, there would not be enough buyers. There would actually be more sellers. Okay, so when this finally capitulated right here, but then pushed back up, this gave us the perfect opportunity to get all those bulls back to being aggressively bullish. And this consolidation period of the last 2 weeks is the perfect setup for shorts. Okay, this whole area to me was just a ruse. All right, or I'm sorry, this whole run up was just a ruse just to get shorts loaded up in this entire region. That's personally my opinion. Okay, and again, I stated before multiple times that we've actually seen short squeezes like this. The anatomy of a short squeeze is actually very simple. Okay, you hit price somewhere near a low. All right, you consolidate a little bit, and then you start running price up aggressively. Okay, and this helps create a cascade of liquidations on the way up as price runs up. And then more people start piling on to longs. Okay, and this helps fuel the short squeeze. That's why you get a run up like this. But then eventually what happens is it hits a critical resistance area where there's truly the real bears, sitting and waiting to get their shorts filled, and then they just dump price just like that. Then another quick squeeze, push up, down, right? We've seen that right there, seen it right here. Look, it takes no more than 12 hours to run up this, or 12 to 24 hours to run up the price from this bottom right here, around 7,600, all the way to this top around 8,400, right? So that takes about 12 to 24 hours. And then from here, it takes 7 days to have the price bleed down. This is, to me, the classic example of a short squeeze, because it takes little to no time to push the market up, nudge it up, get everyone fueled to FOMO on this long, squeeze out those shorts, and then dump price back to its original place. Okay, so even over here, boom, run up, dump price back to its original area. Okay, and then over here, right, we can make the same argument that move sideways, consolidate, push up, run up the price, consolidate, and then this thing will probably eventually trickle down to this 7,400 area. Now here's where I could be wrong. Okay, now I'm willing to admit that yes, there are possibilities that price could have just broken out like this, but that wasn't going to happen for the most part, because we were already being rejected by that initial point of breakdown from way back here in September, when price was sitting on this trend line right here. You can see it bounce right there, bounce right there, bounce, bounce, and then boom, breaks through. Okay, that perfect breakthrough created another opportunity for folks to wait for a potential price to come back, turn around to that same area, load up on shorts, and then get ready for another leg down. Okay, because what really happened here behind the scenes, folks, is when price ran up like this, is there were probably too many people shorting aggressively in this area right here. There are too many people definitely shorting right here, and this also right here was clearly, right, a critical support area. So you don't short support. Okay, you just don't. I mean, no matter how good you think the trade is, you just don't do it. All right, so you can see right back here, this was all support right here between this blue line and this black line right there. And so you could see that that bottom black line was perfect support for price to bounce off, get shorts, to get trapped down here by shorting support, and then run up the price and get all these people squeezed out. These people right here, whoever shorted here, had their stop here or here or here, they all got squeezed out on this. Okay, but now what you're seeing is this is the perfect way to psychologically trick the bulls into thinking that this thing is just going to pull back and pull back and pull back and then eventually push up. Psychologically, everything that I'm seeing, at least in terms of people who are bullish or are posting bullish analysis or are paid group people, whatever, they keep saying that buy the dip, buy the dip. And that to me is a perfect setup for a short, because I love to have my shorts just keep riding down and slicing through everyone, especially when people are bullish. Okay, because it gives us as bears incentive to hold our position, because we know ultimately that if this was garbage and this thing is going to run down, we need someone to keep longing this thing so we can just make them feel the pain as price comes down. And then eventually what's going to happen, those people will stop saying keep buying the dip when price gets back down here around $7,400. And when price starts to finally crack this area right here around 7,300, 7,200, so when price starts going like this, like this, like this, those people are going to want to sell, okay, because they know that price is going to go deeper and deeper. And then that starts a big, domino effect and a cascading effect on price. And then what you'll see is a very fast slice through on price, and we'll hit maybe 6,000, 5,500 or something very fast. Okay, but this bleed right here, it's probably going to be really slow, probably maybe another couple of weeks, all the way down to where the $7,400 bottom was. Okay, but that's fine. I'm honestly happy to short every bounce. I actually really wanted to short this yesterday, but I was out with family. But I gave my Advantage members enough of a notice to say that here's the trend line right here cracking. Here was this trend line right here. This trend line right here that already cracked, right? And then what else? What else was I going to say? And then on the 1 hour time frame, okay, what I was looking at was this thing right here, okay? I said that this is the structure that I'm looking at. I said if we cannot get a clean close above this area, 92.40 or so, all right, we're probably gonna sell off, okay? And the reason I marked these out was I said, okay, all right, we've come down from the bottom of this trend line, right? We tested that trend line as resistance, fell through. So what was the first area that we bounced? Okay, so that was this marker right here, around 91.27. And what was the first high that was put in after this bounce right here? Okay, so that was around 92.30, right? So we said, okay, we've established a bottom and a top of the range, all right? And then what happens? We see that here's an area right here that price gets deviated, deviated, deviated. But notice how there's not a single candle that closes, or not even closes, but not even, there's no body that even pushes up past this high right here, okay? So this was your next opportunity to short right here too, okay? And your stop would have been up here, all right? So you could see right there that, this sell-off was perfect. Again, I did not get into the sell-off, and, my short community, or I'm sorry, my community knew exactly when I shorted after that. But I wish I had, been sort of near my computer to be able to short this. But again, if any of you people in the Advantage program, or if you've been watching my YouTube videos for the past couple of days, couple of weeks, you've had plenty of time to short this thing, folks. I mean, you've had time from back here, back here around 9,500, even this run up. We actually had a short around 94.20 or so. We sold off around, I think, 9,200 or 91.60, somewhere around here maybe. And then you had another opportunity. Now you can say that, okay, well, if you were so confident, then why don't you just short here and then wait for this area down here? Well, because I didn't want to bargain. I don't want to think that I'm so confident that this, support right here on the monthly open has to break. Nothing has to happen. Okay, price doesn't have to do anything that I say I think it's going to do. but I knew for the most part my odds are, in favor that if I short here and I take profit around here or 92.50 or so, right? The odds are pretty good that, price could at least bounce a little bit, and if it breaks through like that, then we're definitely going to go lower. So then I'll just short anywhere down here, anywhere where price runs back up to that monthly open, place my stop right there, okay, around 92.50, and ride this short down. All right, and then I've stated before that my targets for my short are probably going to be way down here, and you can see this visible more so on the 1 hour. This was the last brief period of consolidation on October 25th before that massive run up. So that green box is around $8,600, as you can see. Okay, 86 to, let's just say $8,700. All right. So I still think that target's going to hit. It's hard to say exactly, how long it's going to take, but honestly, I don't really care how long it's going to take. I just know that this structure was definitely bearish, and all the bulls, rest in peace, I guess. And I want to show you guys a GBTC chart too. So I like to follow GBTC. I don't really, use this as the sole indicator. And to be honest, I don't really use anything as the sole indicator for me to go long or short or be bearish or bullish. It's really a combination of things, right? And I think a good trader will always use a combination of things. Okay, so you could see right here, this was, resistance right here, resistance, support, 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 and now you can see that same area is resistance right there for GBTC. Okay, so that's around, $12 or so. And look right there, the sell-off has started. Okay, the sell-off actually right here on GBTC started a good, 24 hours before the price of BTC started selling off. So that was really interesting to me, but nonetheless, the sell-off has started, and those that are still bulls, I guess I urge you to keep being bulls, because, this price is just going to keep dumping. And even if it bounces here, it might push back towards that November monthly open and then keep bleeding down. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Even this parabolic structure that I had drawn, I think I mentioned this at Advantage members. This is another area where we had another short. Okay, we had maybe a short like right in this area, stop up here, and then rode this thing, down. Well, I think only we wrote it down like right there or something. Okay, so nonetheless, my community members have known for a while that I've been bearish. So if any one of them had a short or multiple shorts all this time, they're sitting in nice profits. I really have not been longing all that much. The only probably successful long that I've had was like, I got it somewhere around this spike up. I sold off around 95.75. I think I did. Let me see. Long trades. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, so this was the spike up that I was looking for. You could see I actually got in somewhere around there. So like I said, 90, I guess it was like 92.70 or something. My stop was just below that, and then this, took out both my targets. I sold off on my long and haven't really long since. I'm honestly just content with shorting because it's so easy. Let's see. Talked about GBTC. Talked about 1 hour. Let's see how the 4 hour looks. Here's another thing about the 4 hour. Okay. Now you could definitely make the argument that, hey, it looks like, we're coming down to this critical support area, right? That's support, support, support. So, this thing could potentially bounce up, right? So we could easily get, bounce up like this right here. Why not? And I think that's very possible, right? We could even run back towards this trend line right here. Okay. So if we run back towards that trend line right there, and we use this trend line as resistance around $9,300, that's another shorting opportunity in my opinion. Okay. But I personally think that running up past that trend line would, sort of mean that we've actually ran past the monthly open, and that's, I don't know, I would feel that would trigger, more of a bullish move. If we like move up past 9160, which is where that monthly open is, then I would probably think that we can at least make it to $9,400. So this is why I think that now we need to use the bears need to use this 9160 area, which is the November monthly open, as a critical resistance barrier to really just not let the bulls through. Because you can see right here, right, since November started right there, okay, since November started right there, this whole area was support. Again, this whole area was support, and now all those people are underwater, right? So what those people are, the same people that are underwater, okay, they're hoping and praying that price comes back up to this area so they can sell and break even. That then adds on to the resistance of the bears, right? Because the bears are probably already going to want to defend this area, okay? But then these bulls and these bulls are, because they're underwater, most people psychologically, they really just want price to come back to the area that they got in so they could just break even. Because here's the thing, right? No one likes to see negative being the red or being negative on their account. Okay, so when they're bleeding heavily in their positions, all they really want and what they're praying for is price to come back to the area that they got in, and more than likely people got in here, probably got in here, or even if they got in here, I mean, they're praying that price gets back to 9100 or 9200. And this way, that creates another barrier for price, because if people are selling right here, that means there's way too many sellers, and more than likely price is going to keep dropping. Okay, so you now have different paths to watch, right? Like I said, the price could get back to the monthly open. That's another potential shorting opportunity with a stop above this area. You could also watch price where, if you really think that price is going to get back to this trend line, you can short it around $9,300, $9,400, and then ride this short down. Or if you want a long and if you want to be a bull, totally fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with longing this support, and who knows, we might make it back to 9,400, 9,700, whatever, right? So a couple of different ways to watch that, right? Here's another thing. We have now started to breach that 200 moving average on the daily after hammering it, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. We finally cracked it. Okay, so personally, I kind of doubt that we're gonna break past this moving average just a little bit, like this, only to slice back up. Like I said, all this right here was support, and more than likely it's probably going to be resistance on the way up. So we'll probably, if we make it back up, we'll probably sell off back down. All right, so lots of things kind of working against price. Let's see where the pivots sit right now. Okay, notice that price is literally hovering on the pivot as we speak. Okay, so we're on that pivot around 9,000 right now. All right, so this might be a good area if you did take shorts to take profit, or like I said, you can ride your profit down to this area right here around $8,600 or $8,700. Okay, your call. We'll see exactly what the price does. I'll let my Advantage community members know exactly what I'm doing, what levels to look out for. Again, if you're not part of the Advantage membership, go to cryptosomniac.com. There's also a link below in our video for the free Discord channel, or you could just sign up with us for the Advantage membership for a discount. Okay, the link is below in this YouTube description. All right. Let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about. Let's see. Let's turn off the pivots there. Let's see here. All right, got that 200 moving average. Nothing really on volume in a sense. I would like to see the volume, the sell side volume, sort of pick up now. This is where I'd like to see the volume kind of take off like this, and then that tells me and gives me a little bit more confidence that we're going to bleed down farther. Another interesting thing is, this trend line from way back here, this touch. Notice that we did not close a single candle above that trend line. We did close a candle above this steeper trend line right here, But now if you see, we're looking to hit that trend line once again. Okay, so I find that kind of fascinating that price is again going to try to reach down and hit this trend line. And notice that this trend line right here, if we slice down straight down today, that's around $86.80 to $8,700, which, you know, matches with this level right here, you know, right around that same area. So it's never really a surprise when, you know, multiple factors are coming together to give you the same targets, to give you the same area where price could potentially come down into. And that makes me, you know, honestly glad and feel a little bit more confident that, all right, you know, my targets are right. I have confluence of multiple factors that are telling me that price could land in a particular area based on horizontals, based on diagonal trend lines, and also, you know, based on this right here, which is fixed range. Okay, I showed you guys this yesterday, right? Let me see where it was. Yeah, we'll mark it from here all the way over here. Okay, so notice that we've now passed all the barriers of the high volume nodes, right? The last one we're sitting on is right there. And even that is resistance. The next high volume nodes are way down here. Okay, this is where a lot of the volume took place. Basically what these fixed ranges mean is that where has the most volume and action taken place in terms of you know, a specific range or a specific price. And the higher, the bigger the node right here, the more price action that has taken place in this area. So if, you know, the true resistance for price right now, where price really likes to hover around, is where this red marker is. That's the point of control, okay? And that's around $83.83 or, you know, $8,400, let's just say. So if price truly wants to move back up, it'll probably try to move back up towards this area, right? But if price keeps moving back down, the next high volume node is way down here, around $8,700. So you can see how, you know, this horizontal right here, the fixed range, you know, high volume node, plus what I just showed you in terms of this trend line, are all pointing towards at least, you know, $8,600, $8,700 as potential targets. Okay. All right, folks. I think that wraps it up. I really don't think there's anything else to talk about. Again, you know, if you're bullish, you know, kudos to you. To me, this market has been really easy to short. So I guess, you know, be careful. Please don't, you know, listen to people who are aggressively bullish or even people who are aggressively bearish. Just follow the technicals, okay? And to me, the technicals are so easy in, you know, spelling out this whole slip down here, all the sell off and all these, you know, potential bounces off this trend line. It was just so easy in terms of technicals. Again, if you want to come learn about the technicals, come understand how to trade with us, Cryptosomniac.com, hit the products page. There's a technical analysis course, and in the course you can get access for 7 days in all these locked channels. I provide a ton of analysis to my community members. I've been telling people, you know, how I personally think that, you know, price is going to dump for the longest time, right? My community members, they get videos twice a day with multiple analysis through the day. So you could see that, you know, I work hard at my community. I like to provide as much information as possible. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Good luck trading. Set your stops tight. Know exactly where your targets are. And be vigilant in terms of what kind of information that you absorb from people. Okay. Always question and try to understand the validity and the reasoning behind their technicals, behind their targets. All right. Be smart. And take care and have a happy Friday. All right. Cheers.